I'm standing in my parents' living room. Something feels really wrong. The air feels heavy, like everyone's hiding something. Mom and Dad are sitting on the couch, super stiff, hands folded, like they're at a funeral or something. My sister Madison sits on the little bench, wiping her eyes with a tissue, but her makeup looks perfect. Ryan, her husband, leans against the wall by the window, arms crossed, looking super confident, like he's never done anything wrong in his life. "Thanks for coming so fast, honey." Mom says it in that smooth voice, the one she uses when she wants something big. I sit down in the chair across from them, my work bag still on my shoulder. "You said it was urgent." Dad clears his throat, but he won't look at me. That's weird, really weird. My dad has always looked me in the eye, even during tough talks, like when he gave me the talk about growing up, or when I crashed his truck when I was 17. But not today. Mom sits up straighter. Madison and Ryan are losing the house. The words hit me like ice water. I blink, trying to understand. Madison's tissue goes up to her face again. "The bank gave us 30 days. Ryan says it so casually, like he's talking about a late package, not losing everything. I look at my sister. She won't look back at me. "We've already helped as much as we can." Mom keeps talking. "We took $40,000 from our retirement last month." My stomach drops. $40,000, their retirement money, the money Dad spent 30 years saving. "Gun, we need you to cover the rest," Mom says. $85,000. The number just hangs there in the air. My ears start ringing a little, like someone turned up a sound only I can hear. The room tilts just a tiny bit. I grab the armrest. $85,000. I repeat it. "I know it's a lot," Mom says. And there's something in her voice. Not sorry. Expecting. But family takes care of family. I look at Dad again. He's staring at the carpet, like it has all the answers to life. "I wanted to use the lake house to get a loan," he says quietly. "But my credit score..." He stops talking, and I know why without him saying it. The loan he signed for Madison 3 years ago. The one that destroyed his credit when she didn't pay. My eyes drift across the coffee table. That's when I see it. Madison's purse. Not just any purse. A really expensive designer one. Cream-colored with gold parts. I know it costs $3,000. Because someone at my work has the same one. My eyes move to her hands, still holding that tissue, fresh manicure. Fancy nail art. At least $60. Probably more. Then Ryan's car keys on the side table. Catching the light. Ford Raptor logo shining. I know that truck. I've seen it in their driveway, fully loaded. Easily $70,000, and he doesn't even own it. He rents it. The ringing in my ears gets louder. "When did you buy that purse?" The question comes out before I can stop it. Madison's eyes get big. "What, the designer purse? When did you buy it?" She looks at Mom, then at Ryan. "It was a gift. For my birthday." "Your birthday was 2 months ago." I keep my voice calm. Professional. The same voice I use at work when numbers don't add up. 2 months ago. And you were already behind on the house payment. Ryan pushes off the wall. "Look, we had some unexpected expenses." "What kind of expenses?" The room goes totally quiet. Mom's jaw gets tight. I can see her thinking, realizing this isn't going how she planned. Something shifts inside me. Like a lock clicking open. I think about the 4th of July party when I was 17. All the aunts and uncles around the picnic table. Me picking up empty cans and paper plates. Mom's voice carrying across the yard. "Madison is the star who needs a stage, Emma. She's the foundation. She'll always be there to hold everything up when it falls." Everyone laughed. I laughed too. Because that's what you do when your role gets assigned in front of 20 people. You smile. You pick up the trash. You hold everything up. I'm 32 years old. And I'm still picking up trash. My hands start shaking. So I press them flat against my legs. I need full access to every bank account and credit card before I give anything. Mom's face goes blank with shock. This wasn't in her plan. "Excuse me?" Madison's voice gets high. "You don't trust your own sister?" "I trust numbers." My voice surprises me. It's so steady. No access. No money. Ryan steps forward. His face changes. Into that look he does. "Emma, I think you're misunderstanding the situation. This is about family, not some business audit. I'm a forensic accountant." I stand up, and he actually steps back. "I audit companies for a living. If you want $85,000 of my money, I audit you first." "Honey," Mom starts. But I'm already walking to the door. "Send me the login information for everything. Bank accounts, credit cards, investment accounts, everything." I stop with my hand on the doorknob. "Or the bank takes your house, and you figure it out yourselves." I walk out before anyone can say anything. Before Mom can make me feel guilty. Before Madison can cry real tears. Before Ryan can explain money stuff to someone who makes twice what he makes. My car feels like a safe place. I grip the steering wheel, knuckles white, and just breathe for a minute. My whole body is shaking now, but underneath the fear, underneath all the years of being told to just do what they want, there's something else. Something that feels like freedom. I call Mom the next morning, coffee in my hand, looking at the city through my kitchen window. My voice comes out soft, nice. Exactly what she expects. "Mom, I want to help." The words taste bad, like metal. I just need the login information to set this up right. To minimize taxes for everyone. There's a pause. I can practically hear her thinking, deciding if she should trust this. Of course, sweetheart. Relief floods her voice. Victory. I'll text everything over right now. Thanks, Mom. I hang up before she can say anything else. Before the acting breaks, Luke watches me from the doorway. Mug in his hand, he's seen this before. The shift. The way my shoulders square up. My jaw sets. He calls it my forensic accountant mode. You okay? He asks. My phone buzzes. A text from Mom. Screenshots of login information. Passwords. Security questions. Everything laid out like a present. Because she thinks she won. I sit at the dining table. Laptop open. Notepad ready. Luke sits across from me. Quiet support. The first account loads. Joint checking for Madison and Ryan. 3 hours disappear. The spreadsheet grows with each transaction I mark. My handwriting gets smaller. Tighter, more controlled as the evidence piles up. Cabo Resort and Spa. $12,000. 3 months ago. The same month their house payment bounced. I pull up Ryan's tax return from last year. There it is. Buried in the deductions. Business conference. The tax people would have a field day with this one. Luke. My voice sounds hollow. Look at this. He leans over. Reads the screen. His face gets hard. They went to Cabo while they were missing mortgage payments. It gets worse. I open another tab. Crypto Futures Company. A company that doesn't exist anymore. According to a quick search, $30,000. Sent in 3 separate chunks over 2 months. All from their joint account. All losses. Did Madison know? Luke asks. I scroll through her individual credit card statements. Designer purchases. Spa treatments. Subscription boxes. Nothing about crypto. Nothing about investment losses. I don't think so. But that almost makes it worse. Ryan gambling away $30,000 in secret. While Madison maxed out credit cards on purses. The pattern becomes clear as I work backward through 6 months of statements. Minimum payments on everything. Late fees stacking up. Interest piling on. And yet, $5,000 at the department store. $4,000 at the makeup store. $3,000 for new living room furniture. They were spending like people who'd already won the lottery. Not people drowning in debt. I close the tab. The glow of the screen hurts my tired eyes. The evidence is solid. The Cabo trip, the crypto, the lies. They're not just bad with money, I say. My voice shaking a little. They're lying to everyone, including each other. Luke looks up from his laptop, where he's been researching loan agreements. I want to drive over there right now. No, Emma. No, I close the laptop. Stand up. Walk to the window. The printouts are spread across the dining table behind me. A paper trail of taking advantage. I'm not confronting them until I have legal protection. What are you thinking? I turn back to face him. The morning light makes the spreadsheet numbers almost glow. This isn't a rescue. This is them trying to take over my bank account. The clarity feels sharp, clean, like a surgical blade. They've already burned through Mom and Dad's retirement. I'm next. And if I write this check, there will be another emergency in 6 months. And another. They'll drain me dry. Luke crosses his arms. So what's the plan? I'm not saving them. Good. True. I'm restructuring them. He nods slowly. You need a lawyer. I need collateral. I pick up my phone. Start typing notes. Secured loan. Real consequences if they don't pay. Something that makes them think twice before buying another purse while they're behind on payments. Your parents' lake house. I meet his eyes. He knows what that property means to my family. Summer weekends. 4th of July parties. The dock where Dad taught me to fish. It's the one thing they have left that matters. Yeah. Your mom will lose her mind. My mom took $40,000 from their retirement without asking me first. I sit back down. Pull the laptop toward me. She made her choice. I'm making mine. Luke reaches across the table. Covers my hand with his "You're not being mean. You're being sane." Something in my chest loosens a little. Permission I didn't know I needed. I know, but my stomach still churns. My hands still shake when I think about actually showing them these terms. 32 years of training don't disappear in a weekend. I spend the rest of the afternoon researching loan structures. Default clauses. Collateral requirements. Luke makes dinner. I barely taste it. At midnight I'm still at the table. Drafting terms. 8% interest. Monthly payments. 30-day default trigger. The lake house deed held in a safe place. My phone sits face down beside my laptop. 6 missed calls from Mom. 4 texts from Madison. I don't respond. Luke appears with tea. You should sleep. Soon. He kisses the top of my head. I'll go with you when you do this. Whatever you need. I need to do it alone. Okay. He doesn't argue. Just squeezes my shoulder and heads to bed. I save the document. Close the laptop. Stare at my reflection in the dark window. The foundation they built their expectations on is shifting. They just don't know it yet. The Facebook notification pops up on my phone Tuesday morning, while I'm reviewing reports at my desk. Mom has posted a photo. I click it, and my chest tightens. It's from 5 years ago. The summer party at the lake house. All of us squeezed onto the dock, faces sunburned and smiling. Dad's arm around Mom's shoulders, Madison and me on either side, looking like perfect sisters. The caption reads, "Family sticks together through everything." Family first, she's tagged me, publicly. My phone buzzes. A text from cousin Rachel, who I haven't talked to in 3 years. Your mom said you're helping Madison. That's so generous. Another buzz. Aunt Linda. Family is everything. So proud of you. I set the phone face down. Force myself to breathe. 47 comments already. She's getting the extended family involved. Painting me as the hero before I've agreed to anything. Creating a story where saying no makes me the bad guy. My phone rings. Ryan's number. I think about letting it go to voicemail. But something stops me. Know your enemy. Document everything, Emma. Hey, glad I caught you. His voice has that fake cheerfulness. Listen, I've been thinking about your situation, and I want to help you understand the investment opportunity here. I pull up a blank document on my computer. Start typing. Timestamp 10:40, 7 a.m. Go on. So the crypto thing. I know it looks bad on paper, but you have to understand market cycles. Bitcoin's just in a dip right now. If you were to invest with me, say 50,000, I could easily double that in 6 months. Maybe triple it. I type his exact words. You're suggesting I give you $50,000 to invest in cryptocurrency. Not give. Invest. Big difference. He laughs like we're sharing a joke. I've got connections in the space. I know when to buy low. The same connections that lost you 30,000. Silence. Just for a beat, that was a different situation, he says. Smooth again, learning experience. But hey, if you're not interested in growing your wealth, no pressure. Just thought I'd offer. Thanks for the offer, I say. My voice could freeze water. I'll keep it in mind. I hang up and save the document. Evidence folder growing. My hands are completely steady. At 3 o'clock, I present findings to the audit committee. $7 million problem in a drug company's research spending. I walk them through my analysis. Answer aggressive questions from their lawyers. Never breaking composure. When I return to my desk, I realize something. If I can stare down lawyers defending company fraud, I can handle my sister's tantrum. Thursday evening, I'm folding laundry. The doorbell rings. Through the window, I see Madison on my porch. She's wearing expensive workout clothes from head to toe. Hair perfectly styled. The picture of someone who doesn't have a care in the world. I open the door. Hey. She breezes past me without waiting for an invitation. I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd stop by. My neighborhood is 40 minutes from hers. She wasn't just passing through. Want some coffee, I ask. No. I'm doing this whole no caffeine thing. She settles onto my couch, tucking her legs under her like this is her house. So I wanted to talk about Sunday. I sit in the armchair across from her. Wait, Mom's really stressed, she continues, like really, really stressed. And I know you're mad about the whole money thing. But you have to understand. Mom and Dad have sacrificed everything for us. Everything. The word lands like a slap. Sacrificed. Something flashes through my mind. Sitting in Dr. Morrison's office when I was 14, my jaw aching. Metal thing they'd put in 6 months earlier. Pressing my teeth apart, he'd taken new pictures. Studied them. Shaken his head. The crowding is getting worse. He'd said, we need to move forward with braces. Sooner rather than later. Mom and Dad in the hallway afterward. Their voices low. But I'd heard anyway. $4,200. We just don't have it right now, sweetie. I'd worn that metal thing for another year. It digging into my mouth. Headaches every night. Smiling with my mouth closed in every school photo. 2 months after that appointment, Madison had come home with forms for elite cheer camp. 2 weeks in Colorado. Special coaching. Olympic choreographers. It could really take my career to the next level, she'd said. She was 12. The camp cost $4,200. Exactly. Mom had written the check the same day. I'd gotten braces at 22. Paid for them myself. Wore them for 18 months. Every day a reminder of whose potential mattered. Emma. Madison waves her hand. You're spacing out. I blink back to the present. She's staring at me, impatient. Sorry, you were saying. I was saying Mom and Dad gave up everything. And now you're making this so hard. Why? Her voice gets high. Tears gathering. Don't you care about family? Potential. The word again. Potential. I want to ask her what my potential was worth. I want to ask her if she remembers the braces she never noticed I didn't have. I want to scream that her potential has cost me everything, from my teeth to my sanity, but I don't, because if I explode now, if I show her exactly how much I remember, how much I've calculated, she'll run straight to Mom. They'll regroup, they'll find new ways to pressure me. I need her to think I'm still the foundation. Stable, dependable, something that can be walked on. I know exactly what potential costs in this family, Madison. My voice is quiet. Even, I'll see you Sunday, she blinks. Thrown by my tone, what's that supposed to mean? It means I'll see you Sunday. Her tears appear right on cue. You're being so cold. This isn't like you. I don't respond. She tries again. Voice cracking, Emma. Please. We're losing everything. Still nothing from me. Her tears dry up fast. Anger replaces them. You know what? Maybe Mom was right. Maybe you do think you're better than us now. Sunday. 2 o'clock. I stand, walk to the door. Open it. She stares at me like I'm a stranger. Then grabs her purse and storms out. Heels clicking hard on my walkway. Through the window I watch her get in her car. She's already texting before she pulls away, reporting back to headquarters, I'm sure. Emma's acting weird. Emma's cold. Emma's not responding to the usual buttons. Good. I close the door and lean against it. My heart hammers. But not from fear. From something else. Something that feels like power. When Luke gets home an hour later, he finds me on the couch with a glass of wine, staring at nothing. Rough day. He sits next to me. Madison stopped by, his jaw tightens, and I tell him about the visit, about her performance, about the memory I didn't share. You know they're going to escalate, right? He says when I finish. Let them. I take a sip of wine. I've seen their finances. Every card they're holding. They're playing poker. And I can see their hand reflected in the window behind them. So what's your move? Sunday I give them exactly what they asked for. I turn to look at him, just not in the form they expected. He studies my face. You have a plan. I have a complete financial picture they don't know I have. I smile, and it feels cold even to me. I have the money to buy their debt, and their obedience. Emma. They think I'm the foundation. I set down my wine glass. Foundations don't bend, Luke. They crack everything built on top of them. My phone buzzes on the coffee table. Mom calling. I let it go to voicemail. Watch it ring until it stops, then I pick it up, open my notes app, and start typing. Loan terms, non-negotiable. Luke reads over my shoulder as I write. He doesn't try to stop me. Friday morning. I sit at my kitchen table, laptop open, cup of coffee going cold beside me. The cursor blinks in the empty email, like counting down to something big. Luke leans against the counter. Watching me, you sure about this? They need to think they won. My fingers hover over the keyboard. If they think I'm setting a trap, they'll get lawyers or run. I type carefully, choosing each word like I'm handling a bomb. I've sold some things. I will be there Sunday at 2 p.m. with the solution. Vague enough to sound defeated. Specific enough to lock them into a time. That's it. Luke reads over my shoulder. No explanation. Explanations give them room to argue. I add Mom, Dad, Madison, and Ryan to the email. This sounds like surrender. That's what they're expecting. My finger hovers over the send button. Once this goes out, there's no turning back. They'll celebrate. They'll spend money they don't have. And I'll document every cent. I click send. The email whooshes away, and something settles in my chest. Not peace exactly. More like the calm before a controlled explosion. Phase 1 complete. I close the laptop. Now I wait for them to hang themselves. 20 minutes later, I'm in my car heading to the office. My phone rings. Mom's name lights up the screen. Right on schedule. She couldn't even wait an hour. I let it ring 3 times before answering. Can't sound too eager. Hi, Mom. Emma, sweetheart. Her voice drips with relief. I got your email. I make my voice soft. Apologetic. The daughter she wants me to be. I've been thinking about what you said. About family. I knew you'd come around. There it is. That smug satisfaction. Like she won a game I didn't know we were playing. Your father and I raised you right. My jaw clenches. But I keep my tone gentle. Family is family. I'll help. Sunday at 2. Sunday at 2. I'll bring everything. The silence on her end feels different now. Victorious. She thinks she's broken me. Thinks I've finally accepted my role. As the foundation that holds up everyone else's mess. We're so proud of you, honey, she says. And I have to swallow the bitter laugh building in my throat. See you Sunday, Mom. I hang up before she can say anything else. My hands are steady on the steering wheel. But my heart pounds with something that feels close to rage. By lunch, the family group chat explodes. I'm not on it anymore. Haven't been since I asked for their financial records. But I know it's happening. I can feel it in the air. Like electricity before lightning. What I don't know is that Mom types exactly what I predicted. She's bringing the money Sunday. Madison responds with 4 champagne pictures and a party popper. Ryan's message is simple news she'd fold eventually. But I do know this. They haven't changed a single password. Not one. They think I got what I needed last week and moved on. They have no idea I'm still watching. That evening I'm making dinner. The notification pops up on my phone. Ryan's credit card. The one linked to the app I still have access to. My pulse quickens as I open it. $400. Blackstone Steakhouse. Party of 4. Processed 17 minutes ago. I set down the knife I'm using to chop vegetables. Stare at the screen. They're celebrating. Right now. Probably toasting to family and responsibility. And whatever other lies they tell themselves. Luke comes up behind me. Sees my face. What is it? I turn the phone toward him. They're spending money they don't have. Because they think my check clears Monday. He reads the transaction. His expression darkens. $400 for dinner. When they're 30 days from losing their house. To them it's a victory lap. I screenshot the charge. Save it to my evidence folder. To me it's Exhibit C. Saturday morning brings another notification. $350. Waverator jet ski rentals. Deposit for next weekend. I'm sitting on my back deck when it comes through. And I actually laugh. The sound surprises me. Sharp and cold in the spring air. They just spent $750 in 18 hours, I say to Luke, who's reading the newspaper beside me. On celebration. On assumption. That's crazy. He puts down the paper. They have no concept of consequence. They've never had to have one. I add the jet ski receipt to my folder. Every time they've been reckless, someone saved them. Dad, Mom's retirement. Now me. Except you're not saving them this time? No. The word comes out harder than I intended. I'm restructuring them. He reaches over, takes my hand. You okay? Am I? I think about that question while I watch a red bird land on the fence. 24 hours ago, I sent an email designed to trick my own family. Now I'm documenting their spending like a detective building a case. None of this feels like something a good daughter would do. But good daughters get drained dry by people who love the foundation more than the person. They just spent $750 they don't have. Because they assume I'm bailing them out, I say finally, that's all the confirmation I need. Saturday evening, I sit at my dining table with everything spread out before me. The 3-ring binder Luke bought me yesterday sits in the center, navy leather with gold corners. Professional, serious. Tab 1 financial evidence. Every transaction, every lie, printed and highlighted. The Cabo trip, the crypto loss, the designer purse, and now the steak dinner and the jet skis. A timeline of being irresponsible that would make any auditor cry. Tab 2 loan terms, the document my lawyer reviewed yesterday, the one with what she called the chokehold clause. 8% annual interest, above normal rate but not illegal. The parents' lake house in a safe place as backup, and the nuclear option buried in Section 7. 30 days late equals automatic house transfer. No court, no appeal. Just done. Tab 3, the house deed. Pre-written and ready for signatures. I review the terms one final time. My professional brain checking for ways they might get around this. The Ford Raptor must be sold within 60 days. Money goes to the loan. Madison must accept the receptionist job I arranged through a coworker. Full-time. No exceptions. Let them enjoy the steak dinner. I murmur, closing the binder. It's the last one I'm paying for. Sunday morning arrives with perfect weather. Sunny, 72 degrees. Not a cloud in sight. The kind of day that makes you think good things are possible. I dress in my charcoal power suit. The one I wear for difficult client meetings. White shirt. Simple jewelry. Low heels. I look like what I am. Someone who means business. Luke offers to come for the 3rd time. You shouldn't face them alone. This is something I need to do alone. I pick up the leather folder. Feel its weight. They need to see that I'm not the foundation anymore. I'm the architect. The drive to my parents' house takes 20 minutes. I play Vivaldi, letting the precise mathematical beauty calm my nerves. My breathing stays even, controlled. When I pull into the driveway, Ryan's Ford Raptor gleams in the sun, freshly washed. I park behind it and think enjoy it while it lasts. 30 days until it goes on sale. 60 days until someone else is making the payments. Through the living room window I can see them gathered. The same setup as 2 weeks ago when this all started. Mom and Dad on the couch, Madison on the little bench, Ryan by the window. But their postures are different now. Relaxed, confident. Mom is laughing at something Dad said. Madison scrolls through her phone, probably already planning how to spend money that isn't hers. Ryan leans back with his arms behind his head, the universal pose of someone who thinks they've won. They have no idea what's coming. I pick up the folder, check my reflection in the rearview mirror. My face is neutral, professional, unrateable. The face I've spent 12 years perfecting in conference rooms. I walk to the front door. Through the glass I see Mom notice me. See her face light up with that welcoming smile. The doorbell echoes through the house. The door opens. Mom's smile is wide. Real relieved? Come in, sweetheart, we're so glad you're here. I step across the threshold, folder in hand, and the trap clicks shut behind me. The living room looks exactly the same as it did 2 weeks ago. Same beige couch with the faded flower pattern. Same coffee table with the water ring Dad never fixed. Same family photos on the shelf. Frozen moments of a version of us that maybe never existed. Mom and Dad sit on the couch, in the exact same spots as that first meeting. Madison's on the little bench again. But this time she's not bothering with the tissue. Her posture is relaxed, confident. Ryan stands by the window, and I can see his reflection in the glass. He's smiling. They think they've won. Coffee, sweetheart, Mom asks, already half standing. No, thank you. I set the leather folder on the coffee table, with a soft thud that somehow fills the entire room. Mom settles back down, glancing at the folder like it might contain a large check, which in a way I suppose they think it does. I take the armchair across from them, the same one I sat in 2 weeks ago, when my hands were shaking, my throat tight with the effort of not crying. My hands are steady now, my throat is clear. Before we proceed, I say, I want to show you something. I open the folder, remove the first document, bank statement, printed on heavy paper, my name at the top in bold letters. I slide it across the coffee table. Madison leans forward, her eyes go wide. $1.2 million, I say, watching her face. Net worth. I wanted you to understand that I can help. The question has always been, on what terms? Mom's expression shifts into something that looks like satisfaction, maybe even victory. See, this is what happens when you're responsible. This is what the foundation is supposed to do. Ryan leans in too. I can practically see the calculator running behind his eyes. Dollar signs reflected in his pupils. Jesus, Emma, he says. I had no idea you were sitting on that kind of money. We could really use this for something. I'm not finished. My voice cuts through his, sharp and clean. He stops mid-sentence. I pull out the second document, transaction history, 3 pages stapled together. Certain entries highlighted in yellow. I slide it across the table, next to the $10,000. Cabo Resort, 3 months ago. Silence drops like a brick. $30,000. Crypto Futures Company. Total loss. Hidden from everyone. Ryan's face goes pale. Madison turns to look at him. Confusion on her face. $400. Blackstone Steakhouse. Friday night. $350. Wavered or jet ski rentals. Deposit. Yesterday. The air in the room changes. Gets heavier. Harder to breathe. Nobody moves. You spent $12,000 on vacation while you were missing house payments. My voice stays level. Clinical. The same tone I use when presenting findings to a board of directors. Ryan lost $30,000 in cryptocurrency and never told anyone. You spent $750 this weekend. Celebrating money you don't have yet. Now wait just a minute. Ryan starts, but I raise my hand. I'm not finished. He closes his mouth. I reach into the folder again. The loan agreement comes out next. Printed on legal paper. Every clause numbered. Initialed by my lawyer. $85,000, I say. Main amount. 8% interest per year. Monthly payments of $1,450. Dad's face has gone gray. Mom's jaw tightens. Back up, I continue. The lake house deed to be signed. Placed in a safe place immediately. What? Mom's voice comes out strangled. If payment is more than 30 days late, ownership transfers to me automatically. No court needed. I pull out the final documents, the deed. Prepared by my lawyer, 2 copies. Both requiring signatures. Additionally, the Ford Raptor will be sold within 14 days. Money goes directly to the loan. Madison will accept the receptionist job I arranged at my firm. Salary $42,000 per year. She starts Tuesday. Madison makes a sound. Somewhere between a gasp and a sob. This is blackmail. Mom's face has gone red. Her voice rising. You can't do this. No. I meet her eyes. Don't blink. Blackmail is draining your parents' retirement fund, then demanding your sister fund your lifestyle. This is a secured loan with normal rate interest. An appropriate backup. Sign it or don't. Those are your options. You can't take Mom and Dad's house. Madison's voice cracks, and these tears look real. That's their home. I'm not taking it. I'm securing it. Make your payments. You keep the house. Miss a payment. The house becomes mine. I pause. Given your track record, I'd say the backup is appropriate. Dad sits frozen, staring at the deed like it might burst into flames. His hands rest on his knees, fingers shaking. Your father and I raised you better than this. Mom's voice has that edge of desperation now. The one that used to make me immediately back down and apologize. You raised me to be the foundation. The words come out cold. Each one deliberate. You told me that at the party when I was 17. Remember, Madison was the star, I was the foundation. Mom's face changes. Recognition. Then something that might be shame, flickering across her features, before hardening back into anger. Foundations are cold, hard, and don't move. I continue. They hold everything up. You wanted a foundation. I lean forward. Here I am. I push the deed and pen across the table. The pen rolls slightly, coming to rest against the paper with a soft click. Sign. Or the bank takes your house tomorrow, and I buy a boat with my $85,000. The seconds stretch out. 5 of them, maybe more. Ryan looks at Madison. Madison looks at Mom. Mom looks at Dad. Nobody has another offer. Nobody has power. Nobody has another option. Dad picks up the pen first. His hand shakes so badly I can hear the pen scratching across the paper. He signs both copies, then sets the pen down, like it weighs 50 pounds. Mom takes longer. She stares at the document, her jaw working, probably running through every possible alternative, finding none. Finally, her hand moves. The signature is tight, angry, each letter pressed hard into the paper. I collect the documents, slide them back into the folder. Every page, every signature, every clause that binds them to me. Instead of the other way around. Payment schedule starts next month. First payment due on the 1st. Don't be late. I stand and smooth my jacket. One more thing. Madison, your interview is Tuesday at 9 a.m. The address is in your email. Don't miss it. I walk to the door. Nobody tries to stop me. Nobody says a word. My car is still warm from the drive over. I sit in the driver's seat, both hands on the steering wheel, and just breathe, in through my nose, out through my mouth. My chest feels tight, but not from panic, from relief. I pull out my phone, text Luke. 2 words, it's done. The radio comes on when I start the engine, classical station. Something by Bach, precise and mathematical and perfect. I drive home through the late afternoon sun, and somewhere between my parents' driveway and my own, the tightness in my chest finally releases. I don't need their approval anymore. I have their signatures. 6 months later, my dining room feels like it belongs to someone else. 8 friends sit around the table, voices layered over each other, in the way that only happens when people feel safe. Wine glasses catch the overhead light. Luke stands at the head, raising his glass with a grin that makes the corners of his eyes crinkle. To boundaries, he says. To chosen family. To living authentically. I lift my glass, and the chorus of agreement washes over me. These are people who earned their place here. My coworker Sarah, who stayed late 3 nights running, when I was buried in work. Marcus and his husband, who threw me a surprise celebration when my promotion came through. Not one of them has ever asked me to fix their financial disasters. The walls around us hold no family photos. I took those down in February. Now there are landscapes from the Colorado trip. Luke and I took in April a sunset over the ocean. From our long weekend in San Diego, travel memories that belong to us. Not ghosts of obligation. Sarah refills her wine, laughs about her roommate drama. He keeps leaving dishes in the sink for days. I'm about to lose my mind. Marcus grins at me. Maybe he should move in with Emma. She's got space. The joke hangs in the air for half a second. 6 months ago that sentence would have sent ice through my veins. The memory of Madison and Ryan, bags packed, standing in my parents' living room with expectant faces. Now I just laugh. The sound comes easy. No tightness in my chest, never again. I learned that lesson thoroughly. Everyone chuckles. The conversation rolls forward. No one knows how much weight that statement carries. No one needs to. Later, after the last guest leaves, Luke loads the dishwasher. I tell him about the week. The promotion became official on Tuesday. Lead forensic auditor. My own division. My name on the door in brushed metal letters. $195,000 a year. You earned it, he says. Wiping down the counter. I did. Not by holding anyone else up. By being excellent at what I do. The next morning, Sunday, I sit on the back deck with coffee and my journal. The city skyline stretches beyond the railing. Buildings catching the early sun. My phone buzzes once against the wood table. Payment received. $1,450. I glance at the notification. Delete it without opening the details. The Ford Raptor sold in March. Madison showed up to her receptionist job every morning at 8:45. For 6 months straight. The monthly payments come automatically from their account on the 1st. They learned fast that 30 days late means the lake house deed transfers to me. No negotiation. No court. The coffee is still hot. I write in my journal. The pages filled with thoughts I'm finally brave enough to name. They called me the foundation for 17 years. Foundations hold everything up, but they're also what you build on top of, and eventually abandon when you move on. I'm not their foundation anymore. I'm my own architect. I look out at the view. The mortgage on this house is manageable. My retirement accounts are untouched. Luke and I are planning a trip to Ireland next spring. None of this would exist if I'd written that check in April. The sliding door opens behind me. Luke steps out with his own mug, kisses my temple without a word, settles into the chair beside me. His hand finds mine on the armrest. We sit in silence, the kind that doesn't need filling. My phone stays face down on the table. Whatever messages might arrive today can wait. Probably nothing urgent anyway. Mom's texts have become rare and businesslike. Payment confirmed. Madison received her schedule. Always polite, always distant. Exactly what I need. Inside the house, visible through the glass door, photos line the shelves. Friends at dinner parties. Luke and me on hiking trails. My team at the firm celebrating a major case win. Chosen family. People who show up because they want to. Not because they're taking something. The sun climbs higher, somewhere across the city. My parents are probably having breakfast. Madison is likely sleeping in, resenting the alarm that will wake her for another week of work she feels is beneath her. Ryan is probably planning his next big opportunity, the one that will finally work out. I sip my coffee, feel nothing about any of it. The foundation they built their lives on cracked that Sunday in April. What I built in its place is mine solid. Immovable. Designed exactly the way I wanted.